Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Let me thanking, first of all, the Economist for organizing this very timely event. And it's a great pleasure being here with you today to discuss an issue that figures prominently in the international policy agenda. That is the importance of Eastern Mediterranean region, which has emerged once again as a particularly critical area for international and regional stability, security, and economic growth. It's a rather complicated and complex geopolitical chessboard where we can observe, we can see that wider international antagonism and competition is evolving right now. It's not only the presence of the United States, who was a traditional ally of Greece, and with a traditional presence in the region. Now we have the assertive presence and policy of China and Russia in the same region. It is true that the strategic landscape of Eastern Mediterranean has been characterized by many challenges, frictions, thorny issues unresolved for a long time. But yet, it offers as well great opportunities. And our common goal is to decrease the challenges and increase the opportunities. And in doing so, I think that the key words in Eastern Mediterranean right now is energy. Energy, both when we think about energy, it's not only natural gas, but also renewables. So this is a new, completely new landscape. Major developments on this field began in 2009 with the discovery by Noble of the Israeli Tamar. The discovery of other exportable reserves followed, like Zohr, Leviathan in Israel, Zohr in Egypt, Aphrodite, Calypso, and very recently Glafkos in Cyprus. So there is a momentum in energy cooperation and in energy exploitation in the region. At the same time, which is a rather important development, the countries involved have delimited their exclusive economic zones on the basis and in accordance with the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea. All the countries had managed to come to an agreement by delimiting their exclusive economic zones, which is a rather important progress for the region. All but Turkey, and I will come back to this afterwards. So the intensified activity of the major international energy companies, such as Noble, Exxon, Total, Eni, demonstrates the region's optimistic prospects. It is no by coincidence that now we have in the debate, in the energy debate, a focus on future important major infrastructure projects, namely the East Mediterranean pipeline. It's a flagship project. It's a pipeline that it will link the energy resources of Israel, Cyprus, through Greece and Italy to the single energy market of Europe, thus contributing substantially in what is important in Europe, that is energy security. This is an ambitious project, but at the same time, we have to take into account that it has been categorized by the EU as a project of common interest, PCI. And it has been allocated 35 million euros by the Commission for technical studies so that the whole project becomes a reality. And it is not by chance that recently the project got the political blessings of the United States as well. As John referred to, with the presence of Secretary of State Pompeo in the meeting, of the trilateral meeting, that took place in Jerusalem last March. So the energy developments in the region are important. And they are, now as a catalyst, they create a moment of regional cooperation. John referred to the trilateral cooperation between Greece, Cyprus, and Israel, which I will call the 3Ds project, the 3 democracies project. It's not only focused on energy, but in other sectors as well, which is very important, security included. A new tripartite cooperation has been involved, Greece, Cyprus, and Egypt. And there are many who are already talking not only about a triangle of energy cooperation, but a square of energy cooperation. That means the 4 countries, Greece, Cyprus, Israel, and Egypt. And other regional cooperations have as well emerged. Recently, last January, we had the inauguration of a new cooperation scheme, which is called East-Mediterranean Gas Forum. It was inaugurated in Cairo, in which Greece, Italy, Jordan, Israel, and the Palestinian Authority are participating. So there is a lot of momentum. Something really important is happening in the Mediterranean, and we should keep this in mind. And this is, I would say, a very optimistic development for the future. As you must have observed, Turkey does not participate in these cooperation schemes. Ankara has self-excluded from these developments because Ankara does not want to play with the rules of the game. And the rules of the game is, first of all, to recognize the UNCLOS and not trying to insert arbitrary policies when it comes to delimiting maritime zones. Ankara does not recognize Cyprus Republic and its rights to have maritime zones and exclusive economic zone. And finally, it has problems in its bilateral relationship with Israel, with Greece, with Egypt, with Cyprus, with the United States, with Brussels, where the enlargement process is completely frozen, and with many European capitals. I would say that the proclaimed Turkish policy of 0 problems with the neighbors has been transformed into 0 neighbors without problems. And so I think that in that sense, the recent initiative taken by Senator Bob Menendez and from the Democrats, and Rubio from the Republicans, which is called the Eastern Mediterranean Security and Energy Partnership Act, I think it's an initiative that sends the right messages to Ankara. And I hope that they will take these messages seriously into consideration so that some corrections will be done in their policies, because we don't want to exclude them from these developments, but they need to abide by the rules of the game. As it was said by the Minister of Cyprus, Mr. Georgiadis, it's not an exclusive club. It's open to participation, of course, based on the assumption that the rules are respected. So the ball is in Turkish court, and we hope that there will be a mind change so that all the countries of the region can participate in these very positive and very promising developments when it comes to cooperation on energy, and not only on energy, but on other fields. We should remain optimistic about the future of the region, and we should keep sending the right messages to those who are not yet ready to participate, and tell them that we are here. It's up to you to be part of the future of Eastern Mediterranean. This is the thoughts that I would like to share with you, and I'm glad to answer 2 questions in the second part of the debate. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.